Wait, there we go. There it is.
Got it. We're recording now. I mean, we've been talking, but that's
We got everything out of the
episode.
way. So now we need to talk about our drinks. This is what we're drinking tonight.
Yes.
Leah's got the Bud Heavy, and I got the serious.
Serious. No.
Furious. Yeah, there you go. Are you getting the
Let's say we get a screenshot so you can. Oh, I did too slow. Okay, darn, you gotta get a sip. Well, that's a winner.
Gotta make sure that there was too much glare before. You can't go to Surly and saying, "Hey, look, you can sponsor us."
I mean, we probably have a better shot with Surly than we have with Budweiser, but I just like how I'm so shiny. Like, this is my skin. Just deal with it.
You're telling me you can barely see the top of my head.
This is the problem with Zoom. I mean, we're all guilty with it. You're like in a Zoom meeting, you're just like watching yourself the whole time. Like, yeah.
I keep wanting to do something with my glasses. We've talked about that before. I mean,
I usually take mine off because they're so glary.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, everyone looks a little bit better when my vision's not great. So it's like having a filter in real life.
Exactly. 5, 7.
I do have like these, I got these like super janky blue light filters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They're very fetching. Zook sees me with them and just like, "Mama, no," and just rips them off my face. So they're not good. They're not bad though. Like I think I don't really need glasses too bad, but if I'm at my computer all day, I'll get headaches and my eyes will kind of get tired. So the glasses help. And I look smarter. Let's just put it out there. Everyone looks smarter with glasses. It
always helps. That's why I've been wearing mine for years, ever since I was in 6th grade.
I'm just a slave to fashion. People's opinions of my intelligence based on appearances.
My wife just decided, she just found out that she has to get glasses, and she was always very staunch against having to wear glasses, and she got to the point where,
lording it over you, like, all right, 4 eyes, some of us have perfect vision.
So every time she takes something, she has to put it away so she can look at it. And it's just like, you need to get yourself something. And I just recommended, I said, just get yourself some readers or some cheaters.
Yeah, the cheaters, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, then you just have to have that. You put it down and you just look at it that way. And she's like, no, if I get it, I'm going to get the full glasses.
Oh, look at this.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's the
that's
library
kink. Let's not pretend like that isn't a thing.
But she wouldn't do it. She just said, I just want to get the regular glasses. And she got the blue light filters as well, so that
it really makes a difference though. Like, it's stupid. It sounds stupid, but I'm a big fan, and I know when I first started having problems, I mean, this was like 8 years ago, because I used to go to drawing classes. So I'd sit in front of a computer for 9 hours a day. I would go home and I'd go to figure studies. And like, I remember getting frustrated because I literally couldn't make my eyes focus to see like the details of like fingers and toes. Yeah, that's obviously what I'm looking at.
Yes.
But I would like talk to my optometrist. They're like, "Oh, your eyes are just so fatigued from like staring at a screen." And she said I was actually making it worse having reading glasses because your computer sits further away from a book, which is where ideally prescription reading glasses are for. So ever since I started wearing them, I haven't had any issues. And
nice.
And again, bonus, look like that sexy smart person at work.
Absolutely.
Fooled ya.
Oh my. That's all right. Man. I've been fooled by less. So
I would say, speaking of like fooling people at work, I legitimately hid under my desk today to hide from a customer.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you have to guess who it was, but as soon as he came in, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't want to talk to Travis.
I was gonna say Travis is on the rampage, huh?
Oh, he's the worst. And it's so much worse with I'm in an office with 2 other people. So there's safety numbers.
Yeah.
But he'll lumber in there. You can hear his keys jingling. So I usually know, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm sorry, I've got to take this. He'll sit there and wait. He'll wait till I'm off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll talk to me for at least half an hour about nothing. There was that great conversation about advertisements on Pornhub. Yeah, actually, this is a good. I've had some great stories this week, but this is my Travis story. So he found out that there's a hand sanitizer you could buy from Menards that had a rebate, and you would get $1 back. So you'd make $1 profit on each of these bottles of hand sanitizer. So he bought 35,000 bottles of hand sanitizer.
Oh my gosh.
He went to every like Menards in like a 4-county area, and damned if they didn't send him the money for it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I will say the guy's heart's in the right place. He did donate all of the hand sanitizer to the school system.
Okay.
And to Southeast. I mean, like, he donated it, but I mean, he did also have to sit in my office and tell me this story for 40 minutes, like in excruciating detail. How he transported the hand sanitizer, how he inventoried, had a spreadsheet to track all the rebates. I'm just like, I'm getting paid to work and you're just talking at me. And this is weird. It's weird.
Well, because he doesn't need to work right now. He's made all that money on Santa.
Yeah, he's living the high on the hog with that Menards rebate money on hand sanitizer.
$35,000. I mean, shit, that's a full time. That's a full time.
And I was just like, how does that work for taxes? Like, I mean, it kind of feels like a scam, but I don't know. The guy's a trip and he's weird. And today was my low point where I'm just like, I can't handle this shit. I'm hiding.
I just only imagine on
top like, are you under your desk? I'm like, no, I dropped something.
Just don't tell anyone I'm here.
It rolled under the kiosk thing, and I'm just gonna stay here the rest of the day.
You guys have that door to the back room to the warehouse.
I should have just run to the warehouse. You know what if he saw me go, he would have just sat and waited.
He would have followed you.
Yeah, it's weird. Customer service is weird.
Oh man, I can only imagine on top of all those spreadsheets, he'd also have one whole spreadsheet devoted to what points that he made on that, because he's very much about making as many points on his credit card transactions as
he's that guy 100%.
Yes,
he's also the first person, if there's like a typo on a flyer, the website's not working, the wrong logos with a product, like, he is calling me, and God help me, I hope he never gets my cell phone number. But yeah.
Just make sure Shannon doesn't give that out to him.
Oh my God. So Shannon and I were traveling for work, and I guess Travis had stopped by and talked to John, which he never wants to talk to John because John's a dude. He wants to talk to me and Shannon. And as a joke, John texted us and said, hey, Shannon, Travis had a question about online advertising. So I just gave him your home address. He was going to stop by later.
Oh my gosh.
He almost spit her coffee out. Like, if he gave him my home address, that son of a bitch is dead. I'm like, as your boss, I wholeheartedly agree. This is justifiable homicide. Kill him.
Well, speaking of Shannon, I saw she got married.
She did. Yes. And she told everybody like 2 hours before the ceremony. Like, we were literally at work, and we were doing her quarterly review, and she's like, oh, just a reminder, I've got tomorrow afternoon off. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that, thanks for putting my calendar. And she's like, I'm getting married. It's like, oh, well, congrats, I guess.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, mazel tov. If anybody doesn't know Shannon, this is totally her. So met up for her, left for the ceremony, and bought her and Luke a drink. But yeah, congratulations, Molly. That was funny.
That's great. I love the watching the Facebook messages. All of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, so I did a thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's just Shannon.
Oh shoot. She wasn't the only one. Ryder just recently did that too.
Yep. Ryder just got married. She's over in Iceland right now, I believe, on her honeymoon. So
yeah.
Congratulations, Ryder.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just like post picture on social media. So we're married. Which I think is the way to do it. Like maybe it's because I spent years working at like weddings. Got a whole entire screenplay if anyone wants to hear how much I hate weddings.
Right.
But it's such a big waste of money. And like, I have a huge, big, awkward blended family. And so you have to navigate that kind of messiness and just the cost. It's like, you know what? That's a down payment in a house. How about instead of this big dumb party, you just, help me buy a house or something?
Yeah, it was we got lucky that we had our wedding in a small town, so
Mm.
everything was really dirt cheap. That's not to say that we didn't have debt that we had to pay it off for over the next 5 years, but
So is the wheelbarrow included with the ceremony, or
so the
the infamous
wheelbarrow was just
wheelbarrow
added.
picture?
That was just added on. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So that was a tradition that the people that were marrying the Weiland sisters, which Donna's one of 7 sisters and 2 brothers, so she's the youngest of 9. But yeah, it was a tradition that the new brother-in-law would have to take a wheelbarrow and take their bride down the streets of Beersford, and
Nice.
yeah, went down 2 blocks, came back 2 blocks in my rented shoes.
And they're like, well, if your arms can take that, you can carry her the rest of your life.
Right. Well, especially since it was in the wheelbarrow had a flat tire too on top.
Man.
So it was
Real
just like, really. But by that time, I was feeling no pain. I had
imagine.
I had my groomsmen literally kicking me in the ass as I was pushing Donna down the street.
They're helping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they said.
Coming from a place of love.
Right. No, it was a good time. It was definitely a good time. I can see your standpoint, especially with your background, but at the same time, I loved my wedding.
I mean,
it was a lot of fun.
Like, make it your own thing. I live in sin, and it's great. So there's nothing better than going to like corporate events, and when people are like, "Oh, is that your husband?" I get to go, "It's my lover."
My partner.
Yeah, it makes Tony at work very uncomfortable, which is all the more reason I lean into it as much as possible. Does that make you uncomfortable, Tony, that I brought my lover? He's just like, right. Stop saying that.
I can see he just turns instantly red.
Mm-hmm. Redder.
Yeah, it's true.
Constant state of red.
Yeah. He's a redhead, so yeah. I mean that helps, but
a natural one, unlike me.
Right.
Red this week. Well, I'm thinking about going as April O'Neil for Halloween, so I'm like, I better at least stick out the redhead the rest of the month. Plus, and it's a good excuse to get another jumpsuit.
There you go. I was gonna say the jumpsuit you're wearing right now seems like very similar.
Yeah, it's orange, so I need to get like a yellow one. I'm kind of shopping around, because my big thing with Halloween is like, I'm gonna buy something and invest in something. I want to be able to wear it again. So I'm like, I will totally wear a yellow jumpsuit again. So I just need to find like a good quality one.
Just like those bridesmaid dresses.
Yeah. Yeah. I have lucked out. I've been a bridesmaid twice. That's it.
Really? Wow.
Yes. I even told one of my best friends that I would not be her bridesmaid. Like, I'm not buying a fucking dress and shoes. I don't want to be in your pictures. So I was her personal attendant. That worked out way better. So.
Oh, funny. Good.
It works. Oh, you probably should talk about like things we're getting into instead of marriage.
I was gonna say we haven't really talked about anything. I keep looking at my notes, going, "Okay, I need to write something down."
Ooh, but I mean, notes. This is good.
We're just getting into having a good time. I mean, we're just Friday night.
This is what happens when we record on a Friday night. It's like Tuesday, we're all business. It's a school night. Friday, it's like I'm out of gas. It's been a long week. Drinking Bud Heavy. Shit's happening.
This is beer number 2. I don't usually do 2 beers at night anymore. So I'm flying.
This is beer number 3. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting there. Well, I should follow up because something I was getting into that I'm still pretty into has been mushroom hunting. This last week we got to have the excitement of eating our first chicken of the woods.
Oh,
which
so
to everyone's
exciting.
Horror is a mushroom that grows on trees that looks a lot like insulation foam, like that stuff you spray.
Right.
Yeah, we chopped it down Wednesday night, chopped it up, panko breaded it and fried it up. Tastes a lot like vegan chicken nuggets. Honestly, like the texture was really good. The flavor was good. It's weird because it's bright orange. I mean, like, yeah, there's no mistaking that this is not anything natural. But yeah, we whipped up some honey mustard. My friend Mars, her and her husband Sean live on a farm, and so they have a couple trees that they knew grew the chicken of the woods. So as soon as they had a little spot growing, they let me know.
Oh, nice.
And So we harvest it, and they also have bees. So we had like delicious like Minnesota honey mustard, and everything was fresh.
Very
Great.
nice.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. And this is coming from someone who does not like mushrooms. Like as much as I love
Wow.
photographing them and finding them and learning about them, like I don't really like mushrooms. But I think it's like I don't like button mushrooms, like the white mushrooms and the little gray ones you get at the store. Not a
They
big
don't have
fan.
any
So
taste to them or anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really like the texture. I think that's what it comes down to.
Ah,
Like a lot of times I think when I have mushrooms, they get mushy.
mm.
And I like something a little firmer texture, and like the chicken of the woods, it's a firm texture. Like I said, it holds up well. So I guess for anybody who's listening that's maybe a vegan or a vegetarian, very solid option instead of chicken if you want like, yeah, like a chicken nugget or like a chicken stir fry. I'd be kind of curious to
Ooh.
marinate it. It doesn't keep very long. We did take some home, but I don't think we're going to be able to cook it before it goes bad. It kind of gets a little spongy. But yeah, it was adventurous.
I was kind of assuming that it was going to be like kind of the texture of tofu.
A little bit firmer than that even actually. And it's
Wow.
interesting, like the closer to the tree, like it's very dense, kind of woody. And then
Okay.
like closer to the area, like the folds that were exposed to the air, were actually like, I mean, you could squeeze them and moisture would come out. So it was like overripe. Sean was kind of saying, you know, you want to make sure you pick them at the right time, pick them, cut them off the tree, because they get too like overripe. They kind of get like a mushy sort of texture, and the flavor kind of gets sort of icky. But
Interesting.
yeah, it was good. And it was weird, like posting on Twitter for people, like a lot of people were chiming in saying that, you know, oh, we've always enjoyed this and our family goes out and harvests it. So, I mean, it's a whole entire like foraging food culture I didn't know existed. And now I'm like totally into it.
Yeah, it's always amazing when you start doing something like that and start looking into it, start putting it out there, and all of a sudden you start finding people out of the woodwork that just kind of show up saying, "Oh yeah, I remember doing this," or "We do this all
Yeah.
the time." So
Well,
that's
and
awesome.
like, so I post a lot of pictures of the mushrooms we find. You know, I've got a little app to look them up. But it's funny because now, like, people will, people at work are like, "Oh man, look at this mushroom I found. What is it?" So I've kind of like turned all of our friends and coworkers into mushroom hunters, and that's kind of fun too.
Oh, that's hilarious. It's a real like life Pokemon hunter game.
Yeah, well, and
Except
once you
it's
start seeing
finding
them, like
mushrooms.
you'll see mushrooms everywhere. So I mean, I blame that stupid Netflix documentary, but it's been kind of fun. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's like it's convinced Zooks to go hiking. You know, get a 3-year-old who actually wants to go for like a hike because he wants to go find mushrooms. Like, all right, let's go hiking, buddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been
That's
fun. It's been a
awesome.
weird hobby. It's not my pandemic bingo card, getting into mushroom hunting, but here we are.
Now I have to ask, just because I'm really interested in doing this myself. My mother-in-law's got a tree that has grows them, I should say.
Hmm.
So when you cut that off, I was wondering, you kind of cut into the middle of it, or is it kind of like, like a mushroom you see growing out of the ground where there's like an actual stalk and you need to cut it at the stalk?
No, I mean, like cut it clean from the tree. They say you should leave a little bit on the tree because obviously you want it to
Oh,
come back.
okay.
But yeah, like the middle part, and like honestly, like once you kind of squeeze it, you can. I mean, it's sort of like when you can tell a steak's done.
Okay.
You know, it's firm without being really woody.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I took more pictures than I even posted too, just so I've like, because you can see areas where you like press on it and like liquid come out. It's like, well, that part's bad, but this part seems good. And
Ha.
I mean, it's not going to make you sick. I did read on it because I mean, I was like, funny stories. So you know, I was posting on social media our pictures
Mhm.
because I told everyone we're doing this and we were going to share it with everybody. And like we're halfway through dinner and Dusty's phone is blowing up and his dad called because he's like, "Oh, I saw the pictures and I wanted to call him." He was literally calling to make sure that we were not dying of food poisoning because we were eating mushrooms. I mean, South Dakota is in a region where it's pretty safe. We don't have too many poisonous mushrooms. Like there's definitely inedible ones. There's ones that might make you sick, but definitely like not very many that are going to kill you. So it's like,
Right.
this is fine. Yeah,
Oh,
Dusty's like,
that's
"Who's
awesome.
calling?" Dusty's like, "You're not going to believe this, but my dad thought we were all going to be dead around the dining room table." No.
It's all a Haley's comment type of thing where
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think people have a fear of mushrooms. They're weird looking. They grow different. And I agree. Like, you know, like with Zooks, we always tell them like, don't touch any mushrooms unless you get permission. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably a good like rule of thumb with most plants, because there's definitely more plants that are poisonous than mushrooms.
Right. Yeah, that's the tricky part.
Or berries.
Oh yeah.
Zick's is obsessed with berries too, and I'm just like, no, we call them bird berries if he's not allowed to eat them. Like, yeah, don't just pluck berries off trees and eat them, kid. That's gonna be a bad time.
Right. Exactly.
We don't need to be like throwing clothes out.
Oh shoot. All right. So how can I transition?
I don't know how you segue off of that, but what are you getting into? It's not mushrooms.
I'm trying. I'm thinking about it. All right. Well, so one of the things that I don't know how this came to me. It was either an email or I was just messing around on the internet, and they had all these different weird type of sports that you can get into. And there was one sport, and I've talked about different sports and different weird sports, but this one I think is one where I could actually, do a good job of training and trying to really make something of it and, do what I can. Mm-hmm. And that sport is being a part of the World Sleep Championships.
Ooh, I could give you a run for your money on that one.
Yeah.
I can sleep.
Yes. So there is about 10 years ago in Spain, there was a championship called the Siesta Championship, where they actually, it was the first time. It was done in 2010. And they had people that were just laying out and sleeping, and they judged them based off of how quick they got to sleep. They judged them on how long, like duration. They judged on if they snored, on how often they were breathing. They put all this into it, and out of all of that, they found out that this out of work security guard was the determined the winner. Yeah, was the champion of this Siesta Championship. Now, I've been trying to find different things, trying to find out, okay, did they ever have it again? Or
and I'm like, what are the rules here? Like, obviously it has to be like a natural sleep. You can't take any like inhibitors or supplements or anything like that. It's bad.
So in looking to see what was out there, I did find a website called worldsleepchampionships.com. And they do have a registration in order to be a part of the 2021 events of the World Sleep Championships. And through it, they have event rules on there and everything on
right now. I'm very
registration form. Yeah. So
World Sleep
Championships.com.
The flagship tournament of Earth's hottest new sport. Bless their hearts.
It's sleep racing is what they're calling it. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of phases, how to knock each other out, head-to-head elimination. There's leagues that are involved with it in order to be
I want to be part of a sleep league. This sounds great. Just like, hey nap buddy, you want to practice? Sweet, let's get like 4 hours.
Right. So they have a zero tolerance on utilizing sleep enhancing medications such as Xanax, Tamazepam, triazolam, but you can use natural supplements.
Experimental brain stimulation are encouraged.
It's great. You can use melatonin and chamomile tea, and those
that feels like a step too far for me, but I'm a purist, so.
Right. So yeah, sleep assistive devices are also permitted, such as pajamas, eye mask, earplugs, weighted blankets, and scented pillows. So utilize that weighted blanket that you have.
Oh yeah. You know what? The cat's kind of taken over, unfortunately.
Oh, always the cat.
What a dick.
So yeah, so that is something that I was looking at it going, oh man, this is pretty cool. So World Sleep Championships.
That sounds delightful. I mean, honestly, like after my brain injury, that's when I realized like the untapped potential I had to sleep. I mean, I would sleep for like 12 hours unassisted, no, like nothing, just sleep. Like I think now if you could just let me sleep, I would just sleep forever.
Yeah.
All of us, we're just so tired. If you just let us sleep, like let me put my kid in a safe place and let me have like a king size bed myself. Fuck yeah, I'll just sleep.
That's the thing, king size bed, and I need to have a body pillow.
Yep,
Body pillows I've been
starfish.
finding out. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's a term that exists outside Derby, but we coined it with Yap Yap, which was starfishing.
Oh,
Just
that's
when you
funny.
get to finally get a big bed and you just get to like sprawl the fuck out in it. Like,
Yep.
I have a small bed. We have a double bed, which is weird because Dusty is like 10 feet tall. And then we also have a dog and a cat that sleep with us.
We have a king size bed. I always have had a king size bed.
I used to have a queen size, but we can't fit a queen size in our bedroom, so we had to downgrade.
Yeah,
it's very cozy. Now I don't know how to sleep without like a pug asshole here and like an elbow there and a cat here. Thank God that Zooks does not sleep with us. Like that's the biggest blessing is he doesn't want to sleep in a bed with us, which is great because he's a horrible like cuddler.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, go to your own room, lock the door.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same about my kids. Oh
yeah, some kids are clingers and they like to co-sleep, and apparently Zooks just wants his own space, and thank God.
My daughter still can't sleep in a room by herself. I mean, very rarely. She'll always come over and sleep with Brody. Now that we've finally kicked her out of our room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my sister was. She would come and I had a couch in my bedroom when I was in high school, and she would come in the middle of the night and sleep on my couch.
Yep. Yeah, she would sleep on the floor because we kicked her out of the bed. We said, no, you're not sleeping on the bed, because she would always be right in between us, and then we'd roll over on her and then you're awake. Yeah, exactly.
Man. We were the worst as kids. Like we would always sneak into our parents' bedroom because they had a king size bed. There was 4 of us. So we would like thunderstorm night. Like you'd want to be the first one in there because otherwise there'd be no room. No, the dog's in there. You're my sister, my 2 brothers. Like, I gotta sleep on the floor. The struggle is real.
Oh well. So sleeping champion.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into this. I feel like I've got what it takes to compete.
Right.
Or at least try.
Yeah. Even though it says an inaugural, it said that there were
Previous
people.
Years.
Yeah, well, 2020 that there was some champions there. It was someone from Canada that won it. Yeah, in results at the top, there's WSC 2020, Pete Field of Canada. And then I think this is actually based out of Australia. So number 2 and number 3 is Australian people, but US was number 5. So yeah.
Sweet.
Sleeping championships.
All in. I was looking for a new sport. Sounds like it's right up my alley.
Right. What else do you got that you're getting into this week?
So anybody you can see, like my poor, like this was an office space like a year ago, and now it's just becoming like a bigger closet.
Yeah.
I had a friend give me well, she was gifted a bunch of clothes from somebody, and like the majority of the clothes were blazers. Because they heard my friend was going to be an adjunct professor, and like, well, we're going to donate some business clothes to you, and it's like all super 80s blazers, and my friend's like, this is not me. They were also too big, so she brought me over like 20 of these blazers, and they are amazing, like straight out of Heather's, like big lapels, huge shoulder pads. So I am like celebrating Blazetober and trying to wear all these blazers, except that it's like fucking 80 degrees in Sioux Falls right now. So it's really hard to justify wearing a giant wool blazer in the heat. But mark my words, when this weather turns, I'm going to be wearing all of these gorgeous blazers. I mean, we got houndstooth, like 3 different kinds of houndstooth. We've got check pattern. We've got the little patches with leather on the elbows. It's all very cool and super nerdy, and I'm here for it.
Very nice.
Just need more jumpsuits to match with it and be set.
My parents are moving, and we finally got my mom anyway to convince to clean out the closet. And
this is where the shoes came from, huh?
Yes, indeed. So yeah, so she's a small woman. So yeah, only 7.5 narrow is what she wears. So I was like, I talk to you, but
I know. I saw your post and I'm like, I wish I didn't have land canoes.
Right.
Always. But Laysom might be able to fit in those. She
I
has
was thinking.
like a second bedroom in her apartment that's just clothes.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to put it out there, because I was thinking of Laysom. I was thinking of
Maybe
Wicked.
Candy Insane. She's got pretty small feet.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's why
someone will
I
pick up
just
on 'em.
wanted to throw it out there in case someone wanted it, because
Yeah.
my mom was saying, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with it. I'll probably just take them to Goodwill. Like, well, I know a lot of people that have on smaller feet that might be able to work out for that. But on top of that, my parents have taken all their clothes from the 80s and 70s, and they brought them down, and I'm having Dusty Bibles selling those online
Nice.
too. Yeah.
I just ran into her at the Mission thrift shop. I had a
Oh,
friend
yeah.
that was trying to find vintage quilts for her van, because I have friends that have vintage vans, gotta be real authentic. And of course, I'm like, oh no, I have to go to the thrift shop and shop for you. So I
Oh,
bumped into her
bummer.
at the Mission, which I love Dusty Bibles, but like thankfully we don't wear exactly the same size clothes, because she's a little shorter than me. So otherwise it gets a little like, oh, we like the same kind of clothes. So I like shopping with Shannon, because Shannon also does not wear the same size clothes. She's much shorter than me too. So it's just like, oh, the claws don't have to come out because we can't steal each other's clothes. That's good. I'll cut a bitch. Oh man. Yeah, it's a problem.
All right. So yeah, so getting into things that are old. I yep.
We're so good at segues. So good.
See, this is a good segue.
Great.
So I've talked about this before, so that's where the old thing comes in. However, it's fish hooked me again. Candy Crush. Candy
you were
Crush.
just saying that, how you wanted to find people that.
Yes, I know. So Candy Crush Saga is the one that, or Saga, or however you want to say that, is the actual game that I've been playing, and been playing it on my app. The weirdest thing, the reason why I got into it is because I saw an ad online where they had I think it's Khloe Kardashian, one of the Kardashians, that were saying, "Oh, you think you can beat me in Candy Crush?" and talking smack. And I'm just like, if someone that is like that thinks that they're all about Candy Crush, that's gonna flaunt it, no. So I looked into it. There's a tournament going on. There's a Candy Crush tournament. So I went through the qualifier, had no problems with it. And right now, my competitive side of me is just going like crazy. I have played so much Candy Crush.
That's awesome.
It's ridiculous. Over this last week, so right now I'm on a 25 world streak for going through as faster than anyone else. And
Damn.
Each world is like 15 worlds long. So that was just this last week.
Wow.
I keep starting a new world, and I play a couple of them.
It just keeps going. I can't stop, Leah. Please stop me.
Well, it comes up and it says, "Oh, you're running behind." And unfortunately, that fucking thing that gets me. I was like, "Oh shit, there's no way that they're going to get in front of me." And so I go on and I just complete the world instead of, trying to be in front of them. No, fuck it. I'm just going to do 15 levels all at one place to complete the world, so I can get that next one, keep my streak alive. But yeah, in 3 days, they have the qualifying rounds for the Candy Crush tournament that
crazy.
Khloe Kardashian is hosting. And I saw another ad where Doja Cat is being a part of it. I'm just like, these are all people that I don't care about. But you know what I care about? Fucking Candy Crush. And I don't want to have those people. I don't want to have those people in my game.
That's fucking great. I was gonna get I'm getting into candy. I bought a bag of candy corn, but you're fucking literally Candy Crushing it.
I am. I know. Candy Crush. It says join America's first Candy Crush All-Stars tournament now. I was like, I'm a fucking all-star. I know I am. So
I need to be
Yes.
So what do you win? Is there a
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, well, you have the satisfaction of knowing you're a Candy Crush champ.
So here it is. It's the 10 finalists will battle it out in the All-Stars final, hosted by Khloe Kardashian. Only one player will win the All-Star crown and 1 year's supply of gold bars. Gold bars.
This isn't a game. This isn't like real gold bars, right?
Not actual, yeah, game gold bars.
Well.
And I have gold bars to spare because
gold bars up the wazoo.
Exactly. I don't care about the gold bars.
I obviously know nothing about Candy Crush, but
it's terrible. It's terrible that it sucked me in and it hooked me. It fucking hooked me. Even look, Rob Gronkowski's on it. And
Gronk?
Yes, Gronk.
I literally only know who Gronkowski is because like the last time I played fantasy, it was like my only good player. And Jake kept giving me shit. He's like, I'll trade you anything for Gronk. I'm like, leave me alone, Jake. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, so Gronk is on here. He's a part of it. Doja Cat, Khloe Kardashian. Fuck these people. I'm the one that should win it.
Well, I'm rooting for you in whatever, way that manifests.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah. Says you'll have 5 attempts to qualify in the qualifier rounds. Each round is 3 days long. You only need to qualify once. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting into. Unfortunately, we've talked about it before, but it's there's a specific competition right now that
you have to have something to give you some fire in your belly. That competition's good.
It was just seeing Khloe Kardashian saying, "Oh, you think you can beat me?
Yeah, I can. I'll see you in the parking lot."
Exactly. Fucking
no one ever shows up when you threaten with that. Whatever. I was just gonna give you a hug, so the joke's on you.
All right. What else you got?
So apparently I'm getting into acting.
Oh, well.
Like I went to a table read last night. A filmmaker friend of mine, he wrote a script. It was actually written as a play, and he's developing it into a short. And he ended up winning some grant money. So now he's like, shit, I've got to actually make this short. I've got to film it. Oh, wow. So he wanted me and my friend Lisa to get involved. So apparently I'm going to be in a short next month.
Hey, perfect.
Yeah, so no, the read through went really well. Lisa's super fun and like 100 times the professional that I'm not. So I'm glad I have someone that can carry me. Now I'm just freaking out because I need to like learn my lines and just not fuck it up. Right. Something that is nice about film is there's no audience really. I mean, aside from the camera and the boom and the mic or the director and stuff, but like I have a terrible memory, so I'm like, okay, I've actually read up on some memory techniques actors use, so I'm hoping I've got like 3 weeks to learn all my lines, so it's only like it's like 8 minutes, so it's a very short play, but
right,
it's fun. It's like and it's interesting because he wrote it for 2 men, and it's going to star 2 women now, so the genders have been reversed. It's a like the mafia ran Sesame Street. That's basically the premise.
Nice.
It's called Sicily Street.
Sicily Street.
Yeah, perfect. So I gotta find. Of course, I'm like, oh no, now I have to go find a pinstripe soup. Darn.
Just forget about it. You want some cookies? Really forget about it. You're gonna get some.
Forget about it. Yeah, it's very cute. So I hope I don't like. Sorry, Daryl. I hope I don't fuck your whole project up. But he has faith in me, funny. So bless his heart.
I have to say that's one of the things with acting that was always the worst part is just that I always loved going out, doing the auditions and just entertaining, but I was terrible at remembering the lines. I was always better if someone said, hey, this is what we're looking at, just in this general direction.
Would be more in my comfort zone.
Yeah, that was perfect.
But
when someone came to me and said, hey, here's the lines that I spent a lot of time perfecting what I want to have, and I had it one time where I had it one time where I was kind of ad-libbing and doing it. I was getting the right feeling.
You were in the ballpark.
Right, exactly. And they were just like, nope, nope.
Mm.
I want these words to be said.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was one of the last jobs that I did. I was just like, okay. And so yeah, so it was one of those where they had the script, outside of the camera view, but it was there just big enough so that I could see it and read it word for word, because
Yeah.
there was one spot that really I just kept fucking up.
Well, it was interesting. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about like the technique of, they called it building a house.
Okay.
They're just like, I feel like I have good spatial intelligence. So like mentally think about the lines as being like rooms in a house and walking through them.
Yep.
And they're like, then you'll keep things in order. And if you can create like a visual component to it, like you will be able to remember everything. So I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
If not, I mean, I told Dusty he's ready to be my sounding board and practice with me. And Lisa literally lives like 2 miles away from me, so she's game for whenever I want to do some rehearsals too. But so
Perfect.
Brave new territory. I'm excited. I think it'll be fun, and I'm hoping it'll also give me some interesting kind of feedback on the stuff I'm writing too, because I've never done acting like this before. So it'll be a learning experience. I'm excited.
A little bit of an inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, be weird, but I like doing weird things. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, perfect. Well, speaking of weird things,
Good job.
The next thing that I was going to get into is something that we've touched upon, but I didn't really have anything specific to be able to go towards. And it's spooky season. It's the time of Halloween and everything. And one of the things that I was able to find recently that was really excited about was taking the spooky season and mashing it with another passion of mine, which is ska music.
I was gonna say it's gonna be ska, isn't it?
Exactly. So today, Fridays is always Ska Fridays.
So what's the spooky name for Ska Fridays?
Yeah, Skalloween.
Skalloween, I like it.
Skalloween, yes. So on Spotify, this is Skalloween. Yeah, on Spotify, they have a Skalloween station that is out there that has some amazing ska songs. Some songs that I've heard multiple times over because it's just Voodoo Glow Skulls. Is a great ska band that does some things that is spooky enough for that. But they also had some. There's a cover of Thriller that's in there. There's a ska cover. There's a ska cover of Dragula, Rob Zombie's Dragula. Oh, it's amazing. Man. And so those types of things that are in there. They got this is Halloween. They did a ska version of that.
Is there a ska version of Monster Mash? I feel like there has to be, right?
There wasn't. I didn't.
What?
It's not in there.
The quintessential Halloween song.
I know, but no, it wasn't in there. So but there was other songs about being a zombie and stuff like that. So I really don't think it's the best playlist. I think there's some other stuff that has been missing in this. Just on the
you along the all of it yet.
Well, it's one of those things like rockabilly. Rockabilly, I kind of consider close to ska.
Yeah, it's tangential.
There's no horns, but you got the
a lot of the same elements are there.
Yeah, exactly. You got a beat that is kind of stays consistent from song to song. And so I always think of I can't remember who did it, but Walk Like a Zombie. That is a song that they have that is just, it's perfect. But yeah, that's one of the things that especially getting into right now, especially on Friday, being it's Ska Friday. We don't usually record on a Friday. We said that earlier. This is Friday. This is Ska Friday. Listen to your ska music. That's my whole pitch. I have no passion whatsoever. Can you tell?
No, I know. And ska is just not my thing.
Yeah, bullshit.
I know. You're like, you just haven't found the right ska yet.
You right. Like some Skankin' Pickle. I thought you did. Leah, I don't know you
You
anymore.
thought, well, Leah, you're dead to me. The podcast is over, kids.
You know what? This is a good run. 1
We
year
had a
is
good
a good
run.
enough time.
Also, we're not friends anymore.
No, I wouldn't hold that against you.
You'll keep trying to work me over. I know it. Like one of these days, I'm gonna find the one that's just gonna unlock that little ska-shaped box in your heart that's gonna explode.
Absolutely.
Keep trying. It's got to be out there.
All out there in checkered black and white.
You know, I will say, as much as I love basketball, that whole soundtrack's pretty good. So, you know, I don't really like ska. I do have a soft spot for the basketball soundtrack.
Yeah. Real Big Fish. How can you not like Real Big Fish?
You know, it's dancey as hell. I'll give them that.
Absolutely.
I mean, my go-to like spooky season song is the oh gosh, is it the Backstreet Boys?
Oh.
They have the oh yes, Backstreet Boys, Everybody, the song where they I was like, I want a whole movie that's just this. It's them all dressing up as like the movie monsters in this haunted house. It's terrible. Yep. It's a great song. It's a great video.
Oh my God, we're back again. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. That is my joy. Like when I have a shitty day at work, I'm just like, watch out, Sioux Falls. I'm gonna roll my windows down. I'm gonna blast 90s boys band music. I'm gonna sing along and make eye contact at every light. Deal with it. It's gonna be me. It's unnerving, and I'm okay with that.
Oh my.
You're like, you know what? Ska may not be able to reach your heart because it's made of stone, Leah.
No. We'll find it. We'll find something for you.
Yeah. You know, anybody who's listening, we're welcome. If you want to try to figure out what ska song is going to make me flip, you know, you go and suggest a way.
Have you listened to the Metallica ska soundtrack?
No.
It's ska music for Metallica ska music.
Interesting.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I really enjoy Iron Horse that does like, you know, bluegrass covers
Absolutely.
of like Metallica and Pink Floyd and Modest Mouse, but
Ozzy Osbourne, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's like basically a ska version. They just redo like other music in ska.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Metallica tribute to Metallica. Yep.
If it exists, there was a ska version of it. You're like, pretty much.
Pretty close. They didn't
ask if they should. They just asked if they could.
Absolutely. They thought to themselves, I have horns.
Yeah. This would sound better with horns in it.
Yes. Everything sounds better with horns in it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to have to write some sort of screenplay that's just this like alternate dimension where everything's ska. And I'm trapped in it. No, not everything has to be ska. What do you mean? No! The horns just start going.
Get the ska dance in there.
Stop playing this. It just gets louder the faster I run. These are the things I'm going to dream about when I'm training for my my sleep marathon.
There you go.
Full circle.
Oh my. All right. Well,
I'm kind of out of things that I'm into for now.
Okay. Well, I did have a couple of things.
You got your list. I know you had a list. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I don't have anything else that I really wanted to get into, but I did have a couple of things to update on. Yes. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was I went to Wacheta Bowl.
Oh, yes.
I always say the name wrong, so I wanted to make sure I said it right this time. But Wacheta Bowl, we've talked about doing food competitions and they having their Indian taco competition where they have a 5-pound Indian taco and you have to sit there and eat that in a certain amount of time. So the actual it's up to $380 that you can win if you beat the time of the last person that did the Wacheta Bowl Indian taco challenge. They ate a 5-pound Indian taco in less than 25 minutes.
Oh,
24 minutes and 58 seconds, something like that. Less than 25 minutes. It's like, just I was like, I don't know. I asked him about it. I was like, so this is
Did they
how you
die
get
after that?
the money, right? No. I said, this is how you get the money. They said, yep. I said,
Not
I
worth
don't
it.
know. That's first of all, it's 5 pounds is a lot of food. But second of all, trying to do that in under 25 minutes. Woo.
Dicey.
I don't know. So I was
Dicey as
like, all right,
hell.
give me the one below that, which is still called their monster taco. And it was two and a quarter pounds of meat that was put onto a Indian taco.
Wow.
It is phenomenal. I'll say that.
They have the best Indian tacos I've
Oh my
ever had.
gosh.
I'm like,
It
I've
was
eaten Indian tacos at people's homes. I've been to the restaurants, like so good. The fry bread is so good.
I was expecting the fry bread to be not as anything as it was. I wasn't
The flavor
expecting.
is great.
Oh, it was amazing. I wasn't expecting to be as dense as it was. I wasn't expecting to be as sweet as it was. I mean, it was like having the one that I had, it was like having 6 glazed donuts,
Yeah, it's really kind of, I mean, it's a real treat. Like anybody who hasn't had like fry bread, it's so good.
It was amazing. It was so good. But I ate that two and a quarter pound monster taco, and I had to force the last couple bites. I didn't go to sleep, but I was hurting the rest of the day. I did not eat anything else the rest of the day, and I went there hungry.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, I have a lot more respect for those that can.
It's great. Like just to see the picture, it's so huge.
Yeah. I mean, this one is huge in itself, but it's less than half the size of what the real size one is. It's crazy, but it was so good. And I said, they were trying to push me to do it. And they're like, oh yeah, you can always get it, take it home, do what you want. And I'm just like, yeah, but I want to make sure to see if this is viable. So I went that next one down, and one of the things I told them when I was eating, I was like, I'm glad I went with this one, because then I'm not going to feel like I'm going to have to either force myself to eat too much, or if I tried doing it, within 25 minutes, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did, because it is really just a treat to eat. So if anyone is
there for a while, I'm like, now I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing a murder mystery scavenger hunt tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm like, I should be out and about. I should go get an Indian taco for lunch.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. So if anyone's in the Sioux Falls area, definitely Wachet Cabal would be someplace that you have to go. And then the other thing that I was going to talk about is something I put out there saying, hey, 90 minutes until we're going to record. Tell us what you're getting into. And of course we had Bruce Cherry be able to chime in, and she told us what she's getting into. And she said that she's getting into watching, where is it at? There we go. Rewatching movies from her childhood.
Yeah.
So she said she watched The Babysitters Club, and now she was watching Jumanji. Then she was talking about going to start watching Labyrinth, which, okay, hot take, not a fan of Labyrinth. I know, I like David Bowie.
I didn't like it as a kid. I didn't start liking it till I was older, because it really like creeped me out as a kid. I thought it was too scary when I saw it.
I never saw it when I was a kid. So the first time I saw it was 10 years ago. And I was just like, I don't know. There was just something about it. I was just like, I like David Bowie, but I just, I didn't.
I guess I really enjoyed the creature effects, like probably more than anything, like after seeing it as an adult versus a kid, where like it was all too real and scary. Like as an adult, I was like, oh man, I mean, all the Henson puppetry and stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
It really holds up well.
That is good to be able to watch it.
Some of the music, I'm like, not great, but I will definitely hop on board the nostalgia train. Like, I'm pretty excited to watch some of my favorite like Halloween movies, like Hocus Pocus and Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
There's some really great movies this time of year.
Right.
So I definitely could hop on the nostalgia train with movies for sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up. That's something that she's been getting into. However, we're always looking for more people to join in and let us know what you're getting into. So is there some nostalgia movies from the 80s that you think that everyone's forgotten about that you like to watch every year, as Halloween, Christmas coming up, stuff like that? Let us know. Follow us on Twitter and send us a message at Get Into This, which is our Twitter handle. Yeah, so a little bit of shameless self-promotion, but
we are shameless.
We are shameless, and we need to self-promote. No one else does it for us. So
why don't you guys just acknowledge that we're awesome?
Yeah, exactly. I will have to say, I don't know why or where this happened, but I'm pulling up the stats here of our shows, because let's see. First of all, we are getting close to 1,000 plays across the whole year,
which is bonkers.
So we are at 927.
Not just me listening to my own voice. That's cool.
Yeah, so we're at 927 right now. But the thing that I thought was crazy is that our 26th episode, the one that we had Bruce Cherry on, we had twice the amount of plays than any other episode.
Well, because she's cool.
Yeah, of course. It was because she was awesome. So yeah, so thank you everyone for listening and hopefully still tuning in. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say thank you.
That's cool.
And that's out there. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I guess I should say like Valentine Crush updates. So things I'm going to be getting up to. Yeah, so we've been entering into film festivals now that we have the film finally done. So our world premiere film festival is going to be in St. Louis at the Haunted Garage Film Festival. It is, looking at my calendar from a year ago, October 23rd in St. Louis. So I'm super excited to be down there for that. And then we got accepted into the Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival in Buffalo, New York. And that'll be the first week in November. I don't have the day and time yet of when we'll be screening, but I'm going to be flying out to Buffalo for that. And then we have, and I feel terrible because I can't remember the name, Halloween weekend where we have a film festival in Wisconsin. So yeah, hopefully we'll have more updates here in the coming weeks for more film festivals that you can see Valentine Crush at. So
are you still going down to Austin?
I'm not. I actually ended up changing my schedule. I was going to go to the Austin Film Festival, but with all the film festivals we're entering, I was hoping to go to more of those and go kind of rep the movie and interact with people. So yeah, although like at least the Austin Film Festival is kind enough to let me roll over my registration. So I'll be in next year. I already prepaid to go to the film festival. So I didn't enter anything this year. So hopefully next year I'll have some screenplays that'll be in fighting shape to actually submit to the contest. So yeah, nice. See what happens.
Excellent. Oh, good.
Well, I'm glad we did enter a genre festival in Austin too. I think it's in either late November, early December. So if we end up getting into that film festival, at least I'll still get to go to Austin. So that's cool.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to be in Austin next week. So
I saw you. You got a big Texas tour coming up.
Yes, indeed.
Keep some Tex-Mex for me, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll get the drums.
Yeah. Packed by Pepto-Bismol in the carry-on bag, but right, exactly. Super jealous. Love Texas. Especially when their weather is nicer than ours. So
yes, indeed. Yeah, except next week I saw it's going to be close to 90 degrees down there. It's terrible.
It's just hot everywhere still. So
yeah. Yes.
We can sell air conditioners in October. And here we are.
Well, it's good because they're finally coming in.
Yeah, we finally have them in stock. Good deal.
Right.
HVAC. That's our day jobs.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic kickoff to the weekend. I hope you enjoy the heck out of our 80+ degree weekend we have in the start of October for some reason. I know there's more beer upstairs, so I'm probably gonna go take care of that.
All right, excellent. You have a good one, and we'll see everyone else later.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.